Gamers. Hey, Bartkit. Hey, 10th Wing. I see purple in there too. How we doing? I feel... That's what it is. I just need to sit back. When I'm too close, I take up too much of the frame and it looks weird. Is that better or worse? That's me in focus, I think. Hey, everyone. Joe here. How's it going? I'm doing great. You know, it's life. Life do be lifin'. I've got some good news that I can't share yet, and that's really sustaining me. Outside of everything else, which is a horrifying hellscape trash fire of a year and country. Hello, someone gifted me a sub. Hell yeah! Thank you to whoever gifted Purple a sub. Fuck yeah. I love seeing people use my emotes. Honestly, I would appreciate it if you guys used my emotes more. That would be really cool. If you just fucking randomly spammed an emote in chat every once in a while, that'd be great. You could even copy like 20 of them. Just make a big text bubble. I don't care. I'm not one of those streamers who like wants to impose rules on chat. I don't care how clean it looks over there. You guys just have fun. You vibe. Fuck yeah. Thank you, Barkit. Okay, well, so this is not what we're playing. This is my background. We're going to play Anthology of the Killer. And I'm going to have to do some audio adjustment, I think. I think I need to take the audio down. I'll go ahead and do that here. And yeah, I don't know much about the game other than Jeremy Jane from NoClip recommended it in their sort of games of the year last year. Is this the Anthology of a Killer Bella? I don't know what that means. So originally there were a bunch of different games. Here, I'll pull up the store page here. Boop. On Steam. So this is a collection of all of the games that this person has made in this universe over time. It's made by one person, the Catamites / Tommy Tone / ADGen. They go by a bunch of different names. And yeah, as you can see from the little trailer here, the art style is very like hand-drawn, just sort of low, what you might call low quality, but we're not great in quality on, you know, it's not realistic, you know, it's not super high effort animations or anything. It's like shit posting elevated to the height of a manifesto or something. That's my understanding of the vibe of this game. So that's what we're starting with here. Why does Steam do this? Why do you do this, Steam? I want you to go back to the original window size when I put you away. Why would I want you to do anything else? That would be silly of me. Okay. We're going to play this. Let me know how your days are going. Oh, that's real loud. I'm going to turn it down a lot. Of course there's no fucking audio options. Happy Goat! That was a mistake! I love getting to hear that play. God, it's so loud. Here, I'm going to turn it down like 12 dB for you guys. That's probably about appropriate. I'm still much louder than the game. Hello, Happy Goat 6. Thank you for following. I deeply appreciate it. I am going to... Do I have follower chat turned on? Follow only chat. Shame. Oh no, I like follow only chat turned on. I just wanted to make sure that I had it on. The reason I have follower only chat is because I'm a non-binary person and it's 2025. That's why I have follower only chat on. God. How could you kill a god? Intoxicating innocence. To be this so naive. There's no escape. No recall or intervention work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. For my mercy. Oh, okay. That loader, real loud. So loud. I think it's loading a game right now. Well, same, but I'm a mosaicist. Oh, nice. A non-binary mosaicist. That's very similar to my tagline of non-binary multi-potentialite. So the game was running, and it went to load a thing, and then it closed itself. So we're gonna see if maybe windowed works better. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Masochist? Oh no! I was like, oh, that's cool. You do mosaics. That's fun. Masochist. Honestly, I feel you there. Also, sorry for the screaming in the background. We have a bird here. She's already gone down for the night into her like tiny sleepy cage, but she's protesting today. She's being an asshole. I got an immersive Palkia EX yesterday, so my weekend has been hell yeah. That's good. That's like when you get a good tarot draw. Okay, maybe? Is it gonna play? If this for some reason doesn't work, we have other games we can play. I've been wanting to play 1000X Resist, so we could just start that too. Burb! Hell yeah. I'm lurking while I play FF7 Rebirth, so if I double up on Equip, sorry. You're fine. It's the coming thing. All the people love it. Do they? Do they love it? Maybe I just need to not go that other direction. Anthology of the Killer. Oh, okay. You know what I think is happening? That was like a diegetic exit the game area, is what that is. That's what's happening here. I'm like leaving the alley by going this way, and that closes the window. I understand now. It's like mosaics, only not at all. It's like mosaics in the sense that, like, when you're working with glass, oh, there's just like no collision. Fun. When you're working with like glass or something like that, it's extremely dangerous, and you will probably be injured at some point if you're not careful. That's what turning off follower only chat in 2025 as a non-binary person is like. You get me. Opening night. They say Voice of the Killer is the first one. I kind of thought there'd be more people here. Cool. This is so vibey though, as unnecessarily loud as it is. I do like the vibe. Voice of the Killer. That's what we call capsule art right there. I just slammed my face into the door. Okay. Strange Town series. Okay, that's what they call this. See, turning collision off on cars is way safer. I don't know why people... Yeah, right? Why do cars even have frames? All cars should be imaginary. That's the real... What we do is... That's how we fix public transportation. We just put every bus... We fill every bus with fucking low-end VR headsets. And we just strap them to people. And then they feel like they're in their own car. But actually they're taking the bus and saving the environment. Just multiply public transportation by I. Exactly. Hey y'all, welcome to the new issue of my zine of Strange Occurrences. I'm sorry that it's been a while. Please forgive me. I had to finish my exams. I've also been busy at work due to the events. I shall relate. I think... Is relate the verb there? Or is it relay? Make it imaginary? Yeah, exactly. I got the math joke. I appreciated it. I wasn't clear enough that I got the math joke, but I do love me some imaginary numbers. I've been working in the call center of the famous insurance company, Life Contracts. Things here have been extremely chaotic, or should I say agile and flexible? That's right. Your correspondent has become a working girl, learning all kinds of exciting corporate lingo. That's cute. The bus is gone. I'm tempted to bail, but won't get paid until I can make it through probation, and I promised I'd have color pictures next issue. I am committed. So, the only thing I know about this is that the character is obsessed with zines. Like, she just wants to make zines, and that's her whole life. And I fully relate to that. I have always wanted to have, digital or otherwise, like a zine that I published. I think that would just be really fucking cool. So that's like a goal for me at some point, is to have that, you know? I don't know. It sounds quaint. The company building is next to the sea, which would be nice if it didn't smell like piss. Night and day the waves make an awful sound, like a vast mouth breathing. This is said to be the result of geology, a baleful science. Public transport? That sounds like communism. It is communism. That's what they don't tell you at high school. 4444 urgent. Dear BB, I can't see you. Are you still real? Were you ever real? It's 3 a.m. I'm alone in the office, but soon the day will start, and I will see you again soon. Your call target for today is 100. If you cannot hit it, I will need to have you escorted from my life. Sincerely, line manager, Liney. Yeah, right? Well, see, the problem is that under capitalism, everything becomes commodified, even social services. So, like, you know, ideally, public transportation would be, you know, public. But even what we call public transportation in the U.S., assuming you're in the U.S., is not actually a public good. It's a private organization that is offering a service to the public. It's been corporatized out. One of, if I'm remembering right, Umberto Eco's 14 points of fascism. In the Netherlands? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine you probably deal with a lot of the same thing there. This is the problem with democratic socialism versus actual socialism. You get these weird, like, fun things where it's like, oh, yay, we have access to this cool public service, but you're still getting charged out the ass. Privatized it a decade and a half or so ago. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course, I'm in the U.S. Yeah, yeah, we got fucking soup for brains over here. I don't know anything about you, Happy Goat. I'm very sorry. I'm making fun of myself because I am also American. I'm really sorry about the bird, by the way. She's getting real excited about something over there. Weird pseudo privatization, anyway. Yeah, exactly. It's like, man, this game is perfect for this discussion. Like the railroads are public, but the trains are private. It's really weird, but results in being charged out of the. Yeah, exactly. Well, because that's capital's purpose, right? Is to extract like holding value. I forget the term that Marx uses for this, but extract value for the capitalist out of the labor value of the good or service existing already, out of the means of production. I might be legally considered illiterate. Hey, I'm 34 and I just the other day found out that I'm actually autistic. So, you know, we're operating on a curve here in America. Officially, my job is to cold call people from a list of potential customers. But some days, nobody ever gives me the list. Where is the list? Who manufactures the list? I've been trying to figure it out so I won't get fired. God, I relate so hard to this. Being in a bullshit job where you're like doing basically BPO work for some. Oh, the audio. I really wish you could change the volume. I'm telling y'all, indie game makers, it's okay to include a volume slider in your game. It won't break the immersion. It won't affect the style. It's only going to make me like your game more if you include a fucking volume slider. I don't understand why no indie games include a volume slider. It's ridiculous. I've seen older. Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah, better late than never. I didn't like go to a doctor for an official diagnosis or anything. I used the official diagnostic tool myself and answered the questions. Immersion broken. This is horrifying. I like that the people are definitionless blobs. The camera just kind of lurches behind the main character. Inside, it's always busy and panicked feeling, and nobody wants to talk to me. Sign of a vibrant company culture. Everything smells like carpet. Behind the closed doors, I hear footsteps and chatter. I guess everyone wears these sheets in the office as a confidentiality requirement. Mine hasn't arrived yet, although when I gave HR my address, they promised they would visit me soon. BB's desk. Five leads, far below the call target my supervisor requested. The day's work of managing expectations begins. Oof. Frantically trying to adjust non-existent things is what breaks my immersion most. Yeah. Yeah, right? It's a really basic, even from like an accessibility standpoint, right? Like you would expect indie games to be the place where accessibility really shines. And like historically, that's been the case. But for some reason, over the last like, I'd say 3-4 years or so, I think with some of the democratization that's happened around game engines and stuff like that, people just don't have the same like care for accessibility that they once did. I don't know where that went, but it's really important as like a community that us game developers and reviewers and enjoyers push for accessibility settings. It's like It's super basic. Like, you don't necessarily have to include like a colorblind toggle as long as you're using colors that won't affect colorblind people. But something as simple as a volume slider is like that's accessibility for 90% of your player base. I don't get not including. I talk to people who have been through the diagnosis process, and it seems pretty likely. I find with a lot of indie guys, they just set stuff where they like it and don't like think to add ability to. Yeah, well, and some of it is wrapped up in this whole like punk, like art house aesthetic that a lot of people go for, which is like, not that there's a specific aesthetic, but like a ethos, not an aesthetic, where it's like I know how my game should be played and what I want the experience like, and so I'm going to make it that way, and you can't modify this experience because it's about me, which fundamentally disagrees with my like perspective on art. Art is for people. Art is for sharing. If you're just making art for yourself, why release a game? I don't know. That's just how I feel. And I'm not saying that this game is doing that. It's because it doesn't have a volume slider. We're having this conversation. Yeah, exactly. No, I completely agree with that, Barket. I never assumed that it's like malice. It's what is it, Occam's razor, or is it Hanlon's razor? That's never attribute to malice what can be as easily attributed to incompetence. I think it's honestly just people not thinking about adding things like a volume slider, for the most part. I don't think it's like what I said about the design ethos thing. I think applies to a very small proportion of indie game devs. Is the language that appears above the speaker dragon language? Oh, yes. Yeah, it's Draconic from the Elder Scrolls series. Specifically the font from, I think it's the one that they use in Skyrim. Skyrim is maybe my least favorite Elder Scrolls game, but it's good. Yeah, one of them razors. Yeah, exactly. Art is for me, but I still want people to be able to read it. That's a great way to put it. Okay, let's call one. What? Who gave you this number? Never call me again. Beep beep. Greetings. This is life. Jesus Christ. Are you guys being assaulted with sounds as much as I am? This is horrendous. It's so loud. It was a combination of the game and a cop car very close to my house. Skyrim is my least favorite Skyrim. Yeah. I get that. I'm playing Wild Frost and it's volume way over Cosmos. Yeah. God. Beep. Hell. The voice on the other end starts speaking immediately and intently in a low voice. You are unable to make out any of the words, aware that you are being monitored for time. You gingerly hang up after 4 minutes. Beep. Dead. Dead. You're dead. You're going to die. It will happen to you. So why not talk to life contracts? Boy, who wrote these scripts? Low rattling choke. Beep. Edward, I can't make love to you. I'm a priestess of Baal. Well, I hope this one isn't picked for call listening. Edward, I can't make love to you. I'm a priestess of Baal. Is that a reference to like? I don't know what that's a reference to. I mean, Baal is a really common demon. He's in like Diablo and a bunch of other stuff. Where are you people calling from? Wasn't this line deactivated years ago? Oh God. Crazy. Okay. Well. I love this. I just wish everything about the sound was different. Molak Ball. I completely agree with that heavy goat. It's crazy because I do feel like it's not a particularly good game, but I do feel like I'm too hard on Skyrim. Like, I think a lot of the reason that I don't feel like Skyrim is super good these days is because every Western RPG has tried to copy it in the years since, right? Like, I've been thinking about that, like how hard I am on game series that I love. And I think that like some of it just comes from a lack of perspective. Like I'm so in the now when it comes to thinking about games that I forget that like when Skyrim came out, the only thing that really was like Skyrim, at least in terms of like games available to play in the US, was like Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls game before it. And like I'm sure people could point to like similar games that were coming out at the time, but in terms of making like a very playable experience with like a decent story and like nice side quests and a cool world to walk around in, it was pretty unique for its time. But yeah, I think because everything has iterated on that Skyrim formula since then, it's just not that fun to go back and play. Policemen roam the back corridors. I wear an intent expression and sip coffee to remain inconspicuous. While I'm wandering around, their motionless faces continue staring out to sea. I love the music too. It's a fun game to play. Pretty mediocre on every other front. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's fun to go and like make a new character and bounce around Whiterun and stuff and shoot some fireballs. But honestly, that's about the extent of it for me. The noise of the waves mixes with the background murmur of the call center. I see some things that could be seals move through the waves. I'm gonna go this way. I need to try to go down every hallway. Also, the Stormcloaks are literally the Confederacy. Stop calling them the good guys. Right? The Stormcloaks are just ethno-nationalists. I don't understand anybody who supports the Stormcloaks. The boxes of complaints seem to absorb the sound around me. This is the nicest sounding room in the game. I like the idea of the complaints acting as a barrier. Like this is something I very much experienced in like working in retail for a while. There is some amount of like when you see the company that you work for get shat on, it's like kind of nice and comforting because it means that other people are seeing the company as the piece of shit that it is. Gamers are crazy, man. I had to stop watching gaming shit, I swear. Yeah, right? Fucking, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say Gamergate was the thing that ruined it. I feel like Gamergate was just like a symptom, not the problem itself. But yeah, since Gamergate, it's been pretty bad. We had this like momentary sort of dip in like right-wing propaganda in gaming, like, I don't know, less than 10 years ago, something like that. And then, thank you, Bartkit and Purple. And then, yeah, I think with the sort of resurgence of the alt-right, especially in light of like Musk's Twitter takeover and everything, we're right back in that Gamergate territory. The gamers are fucking cooked. I guess I can hold on to this until my real one arrives. There's a crude marker drawing of a key on the surface, but I can't see any name. More hand sanitizer, access to the bay. Route will commence 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Watch out for... Okay. Like I seen a guy call the Institute pure evil, but the Brotherhood of Steel was too idealistic. They're eugenicists. I don't remember which the Institute and the Brotherhood of Steel are. I forget what that's from because I haven't played a lot of major game series. I focus mostly on indie games outside of like the Elder Scrolls. Proud to announce that we have succeeded in winning the call handling contract for all of the activities to last till Q3. Existing staff must be gradually familiarized with the new process in order not to cause alarm. Police will be on staff for all instances and have agreed to use our ice room for this purpose. Can't tell how recent these are. The attached charts are all indecipherable and look like they came from archaic 3D modeling software. Fucking eyes of the employees of the month. On my way back, I opened one of the file cabinets. Rubber bands, staples, documents about nothing I'm familiar with. There's still no one around. Why is it so loud? I tried the card key on the door, but it won't unlock. Nobody's around to help. But at the other end of the hallway, I think I hear a murmur. Ah, shit. When I step inside, the lights are dimmed and the murmuring grows louder, more excited. I feel they're talking about me and try to walk through faster. Oh, this is the other door that we didn't go through earlier. Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. Are you sorry for the things you've done? What? I just walked behind a shadow, man. Also, I will turn off that Ko-fi link soon. Sorry, y'all. Oh, Fallout 4. That's I think I've only played Fallout 3. I might have played a little bit of Fallout 4. But that's actually a game series I need to go back and play, because I also haven't played New Vegas, and everybody loves New Vegas. Yeah, something about the Fallout games has never really like vibed with me for some reason. It's just like a setting that doesn't particularly interest me, but it's on the list to play at some point in the future. Because I also know people would love for that to be a series if I went back and played all the Fallout games, like I did with like Resident Evil. That would be pretty great. When I escape from the bag, I find myself in a crowded sub-office somewhere in the depths of the building. It's filled with policemen using it as a temporary lounge. Nobody is paying much attention to me. I guess it's catch and release for now. I accidentally made robot slaves, and the Brotherhood is the guys who wants to genocide all the robot slaves, also super mutant schools and everyone else. Yeah, I love this game so far. You can trust me. I'm the cool policeman. Check out these yo-yo tricks. Did you ever hear of a band named Fugazi? You look like someone I once strangled in a dream. Does something smell like blood in here, or is it just me? Ignore that. I'm quirky, but I get the job done. Someone behind a desk is enjoying his own voice while pretending to talk to me. I carefully deflect all queries. Rule number 1 of making a zine is never talk to the police. I think we have a new dog whistle. Wow, I can't believe it's Cool Policeman. He has the top clearance rate in the whole city. Since none of the bodies are ever found, do you think I could get an autograph? Wow. Skip 3 and 4 and just play New Vegas. That's the only leftist 3D one. Yeah. I mean, I don't think, it's not that I would only play leftist games. What the fuck? Where am I going here? What am I doing? I think I'm supposed to go this way, because it's the only way I can go. Oh, there we go. Okay. I just didn't collide with whatever door was back there. Now I don't recognize where I am at all. Is this another department of the call center? Other employees are walking slowly through a doorway at the end of the hall. Interesting. Don't mind me, guys. I'll have to check that out, though. And it's good to hear somebody say, go ahead and skip 3 and 4. Because, yeah, I know that I would be very hard on them, probably. A kind of unironically pro-fascist. The Brotherhood is straight up depicted as the good guys, and neither story is very good. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of that, right? Like, there's plenty of media out there that I think is sort of pro-fascist or pro-capitalist or pro-whatever, thing that we don't necessarily like by nature of it being made in the time or the place that it was. And I don't think that makes it, like, pointless to engage with. But I completely agree. Yeah. And I'm not saying you're saying that it's pointless to engage with. I just, yeah, there's stuff we can get from just about any kind of media. I also like to know what my enemies enjoy, I like to be exposed to the experiences that those people expose themselves to, in terms of like media consumption sometimes, because it's just nice to know the language of your enemy, right? I go through another door. This one's filled with managers. Shredded paper fragments cover the floor, and everything smells of disinfectant and warm rubber. Wait, are these the call lists I was looking for? I look through and see the names of dead people, missing people, family, strangers, friends, numbers, home addresses. This might not be my department. Material realism does wonders for a story. I completely agree. That is to say, like, be a game or a piece of media having a leftist perspective most usually just means it has a grounded perspective, that is reasoned and not, like, I don't know. Approaching things from a leftist perspective often just means approaching things in like a way that makes sense. Like I can't think of many pieces of media out there, at least that are like broadly appealing, that are just like a straight up what I'd call leftist game or leftist story. But there's plenty out there that like views things from a lens that is I don't know, reasoned and subjective in a way that identifies its subjectivity rather than saying like this particular religious or economic take is right, Like the Metro games are okay, but they're right wing as fuck, and that's not super fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at the same time, like, yeah, I'm talking about playing games and consuming media that like your enemies consume to understand them. It's not as enjoyable, right? Like I think that's just it's a function thing. It's not like you don't want to be beat over the head with a game that like I'm not going to play shit that like makes me make certain decisions in games. I barely like. It's even small stuff like in the Indiana Jones game, which I'm having so much fun with. I just can't do it on stream because it requires all of my graphics card to run. The Indiana Jones game, fucking great. But there's this little thing it does every once in a while, which is it makes you hurt a dog pretty consistently for the first like half of the game. Dogs are an enemy and you have to hurt them, and there's no way to interact with them in a positive way. And that makes me deeply uncomfortable because of my like moral perspective, but that that doesn't make the game like bad to play. But like these games with a right-wing perspective like you're talking about, nobody wants to play a game where you're having to do something that is the sort of like visceral equivalent of hurting a dog throughout the whole media experience, right? Like I completely agree. Metro 1 said genocide is good, and Metro 2 said maybe it's bad, actually. Well, we love a good turnaround. You gotta let people learn from their mistakes. Boy, the rate is so high these days. They're saying the rate is going up even further. We'll certainly need the extra space for all of them. I'm glad we figured out how to make money from the rate. Jesus Christ. Ghouls. Bad dog. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I didn't like it. The rest of the game, though, fantastic. Like, genuinely, one of the best adventure game experiences I've ever played. And I'm including, like, the Tomb Raider games and stuff like that in this. The Indiana Jones game is phenomenal. It's a great experience. Did you hear? He's coming to visit later on. I hear he's very picky about what he sees. We'll do our best to make everything just right for him. I'm so excited that we finally get to meet him. Can I go back here? No. Just when I don't want collision to work. It works. Welcome, the killer. Oh no. Nope. 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 Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. Are you sorry for the things you've done? Fuck. Well, let me just pop out of here real quick. I'm gonna get that cake. Let me go through. There we go. Okay, cool. We didn't go through here yet, did we? We went the other way. The second dialer is next to the ocean again. Outside, it's darker than before. The low chatter of voices sounds just like the sea. Suddenly, I feel relaxed, as though I'm where I need to be. Huh. Se-a-s-o-c-k mi reseti mayai. I find a desk that's not mine, but that waits for me. The call scripts are written out phonetically. After a while, I stop trying to work out what they really mean and lose myself in the rhythm of my own voice. Do I have to? I can't. Oh, there we go. S O. I'm just jamming all the keys. K. We're hitting all the buttons. Okay. And nothing's happening. Do I just have to hit all the buttons a bunch of times? Left, down, left, right, up, right, down, up, left, enter. There we go. I was trying to do the arrow keys before and nothing was happening, so I thought that wasn't what you were supposed to do, but it was. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Purple. That night, I had a dream that felt like waking from a dream. Clumps of hair were growing out of the sand. I tried pulling them up and only found more hair. My coworkers were calling me from further down the beach. This is just Galveston. That's what Galveston looks like. Oh, God. Oh, no. The fuck? This is crazy. Let's go up the stairs. Tongue? In a room above the waves, the management are getting ready to eat. There's a place for me. The food looks so enticing that I want to cry. The meat of the tongue is almost too pliant to cut through, but my knife is very sharp. I carve out a square and put it into my mouth. It's delicious, dripping with wet fat and juice. I chew and chew, but it never seems to diminish in my mouth. And when I wake up, my pillow is gone. New Vegas is very leftist, just like old Fallout, like they got so much good stuff in it. That's awesome. I'm glad. My lips are chapped and sore. It's 3 a.m. I check my phone. I have a new message. Apparently, the office burned down last night and will be closed indefinitely. They don't know whether anybody was inside. As I had not completed my basic training, I would not be eligible for severance pay. Damn. That, I like that a lot. That was cool. Speaking of leftist games, huh? That's the other thing with games that have a generally leftist perspective. They are just better. It's just nice, you know? Hands of the Killer is up next. Hands. What's over here? They say that later on BB will drop by. Is that so? I'd like to meet BB. Is this like to the chapter after Hands? Drool, okay. It was made in 18 months, so it's pretty buggy, and there's a whole section of the map that's completely empty, but it's still packed, the most packed of the 3D games. Yeah, I've heard that about New Vegas. Who was it that did that one? Was Obsidian? I mean, great developer. Like, I'm BB. Wait, am I not BB? Oh, I'm me. Oh, I'm in a virtual gallery. That's what this is. I'm not BB right now. I am myself. Interesting. Hands of the Killer. Man, fuck people who don't have to worry about the political situation here. If you are in the categories of heteronormative, neurotypical, and white, if all of three of those things apply to you, just fuck you. Just fuck you. You're annoying. Your existence annoys me. I'm sorry. I got a message that was like, it would be sweet in any other context, except the context that we're in right now. And that's all I'm going to say about that. They made Outer Worlds 2, and I highly recommend it. Yeah, Outer Worlds is another game that I haven't played yet. Damn it. Did I turn myself up too loudly? I feel like I'm peaking a lot. If I sound distorted, let me know. I wake up one night to a horrible scream outside my window. It sounds like the killer is at it again. The moon is high, but I'm feeling restless. Oh, shit. I skipped the dialogue. Progress on my new zine remains slow, as I keep falling asleep in the middle of the sentences. On the other hand, the effect is kind of funny. Is this what it means to be new wave? Note on the strange masks. Recently, strange masks have begun appearing in the city. What's with these masks? Nobody wants to talk about them. In my opinion, zzz. I like that. I like her obsession with appealing to a specific aesthetic or like genre. That's highly relatable. BB, is that you? I think we're running low on merchandise for the online store. If you're already awake, could you run for some supplies? Using forbidden knowledge, Zizi discovered we could pay the rent by putting mysterious items up for sale online. I am in charge of the inventory, which means my job is grabbing them beforehand. But nobody seems to guard these things or pay attention when they're lost. Who's buying them? How do they have any value? 3 and 4 are okay games, so I can't really recommend them unless you just really like that style of game. Yeah, see, that's why I haven't really played them. I played Fallout 3 back in the day when it came out, and, you know, I was like, this is a game. I remember thinking it was pretty cool at the time in terms of the, like, character creator and stuff. I thought that, you know, it was, like, pretty unique and fun, that, like, whole intro sequence where you're, like, the baby and stuff. I thought that was cool, but the game itself just didn't really, like, grab me past the intro. I told you, that's just the economy. Nobody ever said it had to make sense. Just keep an eye out for any old Beanie Babies while you're out there. So, BB right now is talking about, oh man. Well, anyways, this is like post-labor theory of value stuff that we're talking about here. I don't have the book on me, A People's Guide to Capitalism. So again, I can't remember the specific term. But things have value because people value them, not necessarily because of the specific labor put into them. Wow, this must be an exciting new sense of direction in life that can only come via attaining a career. In the bathroom, a mysterious phosphorescent glow comes from behind the mirror on the wall, along with a scraping sound. I'd like to pull it off someday, but it'd mean losing the deposit. Yeah, it do be like that, BB. This game is a whole fucking vibe. Aside from the night noises, this part of the city has many amenities. The rooms here are cheap because of all the murders. Unfortunately, rent is due all the same. Another reason for the cheap room is the antiquated security system. Far beneath today's superior anti-murderer technology, this elevator will be unusable till morning. The shutters are scored and pitted on both sides with knife marks. Doors boarded up. I hate that, like, 60 hertz hum of the lights. Every week someone leaves one of these flyers in the hall. I often wonder what is it about this town that leads to such a weird advertising sensibility. We're getting some meta commentary on games? On environmental storytelling? I love it. Every week someone leaves one of these flyers. Oh, shit. It just took a second for it to load. The television is playing a foreign drama, but I can sort of work out what's meant to be happening. This feels like a scene from a Vaporwave album cover. Friendly reminder, owners not liable for what happens in the tunnels. Good to know. Okay. A soft vibration runs through the floor of the laundry room. None of the other residents are around at this hour, but all the washers are in use, day and night. I need this to be like a style of game that people do. I need this to be like an aesthetic, you know? Just like low effort game design, high effort anti-capitalist critique. That's really good. Through the window of the washer, I can see a kind of grayish, pulpy sludge churned indefinitely by the big spinners. I guess someone wants it very clean. I've never been able to find out who pulled off the tunnel cover to start with, although the joke is that the owners thought it would be cheaper than building a fire escape. The air from inside it is inviting and cool. They yearn for the mines. And they is us. We are them. Ooh, fun. What is this, Signalis? Oh wow, it takes forever to turn. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Yeah, 3 is definitely a seeping stone, but actually being good is what separates the Mario Bros from the Wrecking Crews, you know? I like that idiom a lot. Separates the Mario Bros from the Wrecking Crews. I love that. I'm going to steal that idiom. I climb out into some kind of storeroom. Also, seeping stone. I know you corrected it, but there's something about the phrase seeping stone that I really like. I don't know what it is, but it feels right to me. So, you know, you do you. Don't doubt yourself. Maybe autocorrect is actually the thumb of the man, and you just need to spell your own way. Climb out into some kind of storeroom. Dead moths under my feet. The clothes here look to be around 20 years old, which is not enough, so I'll have to go deeper. You know what I also love about the like recurring zine motif through this? This game, like, you know, the story is being entirely told through text, and the imagery in the game is not much. It's not contributing much more than an image on an article header would contribute, you know? It's almost as though this game, like on a meta level, is the developer of the game wanting to make a zine or wanting to tell a story in the format of a zine and only having the medium of games to express that story through. And so they developed this. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm just tripping here, but at this point, I feel I should explain something about the nature of the building. Like many cities, this one underwent many changes over the years. There was an industrial period, a retail period, a service period, etc., until gradually the things it manufactured became too abstract and indecipherable to easily be summarized in any way. I still hope to find out what they are myself someday. Anyway, with each change in the economy, the building was adapted to a new shape. New rooms added and closed off, each layer draped piecemeal over the last, to form new spaces where opportunity might live. Speaking of which, ZZ says the sweet spot for nostalgia material is 30 to 40 years old, or old enough to smell like death. I think the internet is accelerating her tendencies towards the gothic. Personally, I've always been more about true crime. See, and then there's like the connection to, yeah, she's into true crime, and like we saw in the previous story, like the whole murder thing. Like this is just her telling a story, or them telling a story. Yeah, I get it, totally, for sure. God damn it, Parkit. Go fuck yourself. Zine from Star Wars? I I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with zine culture. But yeah, this feels very much like a zine that I would pick up at like the Austin Public Library or something. I'm sorry, Bucket. I'm coming in hot. This is not at you, okay? This is any shit spewed your way was not directly intended for you. It's just let it loose, be a hater. You're right. That's we have two mottos going into 2025, and that is practicing joy as an act of resistance, and letting it loose and being a hater. I like that. Bardkit 2025, let it loose, be a hater. I was able to see some zines in person, so that's why I get it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, there's at the Austin Public Library, there's this section where people who make zines can just go and drop their zine there, and let people, like borrow it while they're there in the library, because you can read through a zine in like a couple minutes. So there's just this like rack of zines that are made by anybody from like 3 years old to fucking 90, and it's just cool, like very. I don't know. I don't have good. I don't have good words for it. I should do some research into the sort of economy and culture of that. But yeah, it's just cool. It's a nice sort of subculture. I know the tiny magic lesbian from Star Wars though. Nice. Oh, but also I was gonna say, this conception of the building feels very like Terry Pratchett. I haven't read most of his books. I've only like read sort of snippets and things, little excerpts and people talking about Terry Pratchett mostly. But I like this idea of the building growing over time and each floor being a sort of generation, and this process of like the current culture going back and pilfering from roughly 30, 40 years ago to get something that they are assigning value to, because they don't find any value in their current, in the current like expression of existence around them. It's like literally the whole like recycling of culture to make things vintage or cool again. This is like, it's like what TikTok does. You know what I mean? What the fuck is a zine? Zine. Sorry, I didn't realize you were actually serious about not knowing what a zine was. I think it's funnier if I don't tell you, but Zine, it's just short for magazine, and it is literally that. It's just a short magazine that people usually publish independently. Some people publish them digitally, so, as like a PDF or whatever, or maybe as a website. Yeah, it's cool. I displaced some spiders and rummage in the box. Result: 3 copies of Patch Adams on VHS. A jigsaw puzzle with it. This game is made for me. A jigsaw puzzle with a picture of a boat. Miscellaneous plastic shit. I don't feel like carrying any of it back. The search goes on. Fucking 3 copies of Patch Adams on VHS. That's true. I don't know what it is about that, but it gets me personally. I'm gonna reach through the screen and slap you, Happy Goat. Zine. It's just half of magazine. It's the zine without the MAGA. It's like if magazines were woke. When I pick up the Bort doll, a layer of greasy rubber skin comes off and sticks to my hands. The bulbous eyes. Yeah, I had one of those too. When I pick up the Bort doll, a layer of greasy rubber skin comes off and sticks to my hands. The bulbous eyes roll crazily around. No good to sell, but maybe could be scavenged for parts. I make a mental note. Also, I said earlier I was going to remove that Ko-fi bot. I will probably remove that, but in case anybody wants to subscribe through Ko-fi, it won't get you anything special here on Twitch, but it does get you access to my work in progress channel for subscribers on the Discord. If you're not on the Discord already, God, I need to update the link. I don't know if this link will work. It probably won't work. That's the old link. It might not work. Anyways, if you're not on the Discord already, there's a secret channel on there where I post work in progress updates, or at least I try to. And being on the Ko-fi gets you access to that. It's a little bit cheaper than subscribing on Twitch. Okay. We'll see who cancels who. I haven't had to do the JB Peterson voice in quite a while. Thank you for using points today, everyone. Thank you for using the emotes. Thank you for using points. I deeply appreciate it. Where the fuck am I? I think I got turned around at some point. Y'all are incredible. Okay, I was just going the wrong way. Oh my god. This is so cool. The clothes rack seems to contain nothing but denim overalls with a smiling clown embroidered decal. They're covered with a soft layer of translucent mold that seems to be coming from the clown. Amen, brother! Box of knives, barely used. A t-shirt reading, Blomby Dog. An abstract plastic toy with horribly detailed rubber feet that's covered in tufts of synthetic hair. This is like walking... This is like how I imagine Gen Z describes like going into the back rooms. This is just like... Exactly, it's serious business. That's what I'm trying to say. I keep looking through the heaps, a clear plastic pyramid with a racing car inside, a pile of cassette tapes with the insides pulled out and knotted together, a copy of Steely Dan live at the Gibbous. I push onwards. It's just like random references to things from my childhood or the childhood of the generation right before mine. Without any commentary or substance. It's like pure simulacrum. And I find that really interesting because it still feels nostalgic. Another box, this one says Stickies, and shows a smiling woman being encased in green slime. It's being held tightly shut with electrical tape. I've also now completely stopped paying attention to the sound. The soundtrack even feels like what you would hear on like stereotypical liminal playlists. Sounds like every modern movie. Yeah, a little bit, right? Damn. You're so right, actually. And there's like this chair creaking every once in a while. This is really interesting. So far, tonight's pickings have been slim, so I keep moving, and gradually find myself in a place I've never been before. The corridors are narrow, but still feel lived in somehow. The rooms get closer, the clutter more deliberate. If I see one more 80s thing, I will outlaw the number 8. Yeah, I feel that. Yes, yeah, I completely agree, Bartkit. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I'm waiting for a description of a fushigi ball. That would be very appropriate. Exactly, Purple. Flyers for a local bingo night have been left in the hall. A potted plant that's still alive. Old but well-used office supplies that don't have too much dust. I hear soft whispering behind the walls. It's so bad I got excited when something was said in the 70s. I feel that. It does, you know, and some of it is even like, sometimes even like my generation has nostalgia for things that are, it's like I was talking about earlier, right? Every generation does this. We pilfer from like roughly 30 years ago. Even my generation has nostalgia for things that happened in like the 60s and 70s and 80s. But it's almost manufactured nostalgia, right? It's like, yeah, that simulacrum that I was talking about. It's nostalgia as consumption and identification. Nostalgia as like virtue signal rather than nostalgia as like a poetic revisitation of one's childhood. This part feels like a waiting room, but there's no one else around. Fresh magazines have been left on the couches. Who are they expecting here exactly? Eye on the door. Is your name Donald Duck? Yes. Wow, Mr. Duck, such an honor to meet you. Please step inside. We have so much to discuss. What the fuck? Help, don't kidnap me. I'm not worth anything monetarily. What the fuck? Hey, what's this? Why, it's my first strangle victim doll, circa 1971, in surprisingly good condition. I did believe we'd used up the last of them sometime before. I wonder where they found it. What? I'm not a doll? Really? You're dressed very similarly, though. What the fuck? Help, don't strangle me. I'm a real person. Help. A stupid coincidence. Oh, they were a wonderful toy. If you opened up the torso, they had little plastic innards, and if you stood on their throats, their eyes would really bulge. Sometimes I think that's what first put me on the path of pure research, before administrative duties began to take up all my time. In truth, it makes all the difference. It makes little difference. As like everybody in the college, I lost the ability to distinguish people from dolls some time ago. I wonder why I'm talking to a toy. Old age. Soon I'll ask a member of the staff to come in and carve off the skin, or the coating, or what have you, and we can figure out what lies inside. The path of pure research is long. In the meantime, there are committee meetings. Goodbye. Goodbye. What the actual fuck? Strangle victim doll? Yeah. Wait, this is a college? College of what? Luckily, they seem to have a very abstract notion of how knots work, but I guess that's academia for you. Better vamoose. Tried to keep track of how far I was being carried, but lost count around the 11th flight of stairs. From the window, the town has a postcard aspect, like the view from a penthouse. Has my fashion sense really been ripping off an obscure and horrible doll line for all these years? Is nothing new under the sun? They look too mutilated to be worth anything, so I guess the terrible secret dies with them. This is sort of what we were talking about, right? This is literally, the developer is painting it for us directly now. This is literally a simulacrum of the character that these characters within the game are celebrating, rather than the character themselves. I love that. I know it's on the nose, but I'm down with it. Sometimes you got to be a little on the nose. I hear a drilling noise and breaking glass, and everything smells like sawdust and wet paint. A feeling like a work in progress. Something tells me I should stay out of people's way. The elevator shutters rusted shut, but at least I'm still in the network of the same antique security system. The buttons on the panel look like they've been melted down by acid. Class toy, better than lawn darts. Yeah. The room's full of crude homemade machines, made of junk that's creaking and shifting. I'm not sure how many of them are meant to work. Everything just heaps of knives and balsa wood. God. Stay away. Okay, we're going to go around in the same direction that they're going. Okay. Is this a teacher's lounge? Anatomical diagrams, crudely painted with astrology symbols, are scattered around the desks and walls, along with ashtrays and moldy, weeks-old coffee. Disgusting. What the fuck is the sound design here? I love it. They did not color in the lines 2 out of 10. A horrible noise of splitting plastic, screaming and breaking can be heard from behind the door, which I resolved to firmly stay on this side of. It would be helpful if I could see where I'm going. Jesus. Well, they really went all out in renovating this place. Beneath the wallpaper, outlines of sealed doorways can be seen. Decades of staff rotas peel off the walls as I move by. Saw history in the body of a murdered convict, while Alciphael saw it in a decapitated king. Creating history is the duty of all murderers, and in the tools they hack with, we see the reflection of a new age that is to come. To perfect murder, we must create a new universe devoted exclusively towards that purpose. We must also consider the possibility that we live in it already. To imagine a new society is to call it into being. We must first prepare a list of bylaws. Oh my God. Photographs mark the inauguration of the college on the evening of the Great Vision. What's the point of portraits when everyone is wearing a mask? Having survived the workshops of necessity, I now find myself stranded in the new world of the aesthetic. Ha ha. Such are the thoughts of the general public as they make their cautious entrance into history. I want to get... Yeah, sound design philosophy, audio overstimulation. I'm so sorry, everyone. I can't help it. It's fucking... Oh, no. What is this, Danganronpa? I really need to play Danganronpa, huh? Every time somebody recommends Danganronpa to me, it's in a context where I'm like, man, yeah, I do want more of this. Fuck, man. Well, as long as they make it legal. Ah! Sound sculpture masks. The sound of distant screams, approaching steps. As such, I believe they will be very popular, of course. Ultimately, such noises are the foundation of a far greater symphony, but there is no shame in being midwife to a dream. Ah! I'm gonna fucking die here, man. I'm gonna fucking die here. Okay, 1 second. Fuck. I had to make sure my door was unlocked because Soft should be getting off of work soon. I want to make sure they can get in. Wow, that was fucking intense. Iconic. Ah, incredible. A calm study nestles in the middle of the horrible murder compound. Respectable leather-bound tomes line the walls. An aura of propriety seems to muffle all sound. I think my nose is bleeding. Copies of the owner's publications, including Introduction to the Western Canon, Advanced Studies in the Western Canon, Whatever Happened to the Western Canon, and The Western Canon Rocks Out, abridged edition for teens and study groups. So we started this adventure from a place of like pilfering culture for capital gain and to create our own meaning from a culture that we are separate of, right? Like generationally, temporally, through time. And now she's seeing, or they are seeing wet ass P word. What the fuck? Wet ass canon. Now the character is seeing this underground murder ring pilfer a culture that is not only that she is simulacrum of, but she's seeing this like what is the word I'm trying to think of? This like stringent, like what is the word to like make something clean, to like remove texture or flavor from it? Pretty telling he's willing to say whores and now pussy. I don't know why whores was not a permitted term. I feel like that's all of us here. Pretty telling he's willing to say whores and now pussy. That's true. Automod, no! Ben Shapiro reading WAP. Yeah. Anyways, it's not... What is the word that I'm trying to think of? It's, anyways, these, like, academics are stripping it of any, like, texture or color. They're making it into this, like, programmatized, rehearsed, like, religious experience of culture rather than celebrating what it actually is. Yeah, not cleansing. There's another word for it. It's not purification. It's like purification but bad. You know what I'm getting at. Yeah, whitewashing is a word, but that has like a connotation that is not exactly what I'm going for. Yeah, right? I don't know. Sterilization, I think, is what I'm looking for. Sterilization. That's the word. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like it's been sterilized. It's been, you know, the act of strangling somebody to death has been turned into a doll. Yeah. A picture of the hooded man I met when I woke up. The prestigious Dr. Zhu wows attendants at an academic soiree with his all-embracing knowledge of the cultural world. Ah! Haha, I wonder, is it sentimental? I held on to all the aspects of my old career, but I always wanted to live inside a tomb. Talking doll, you've been wandering around the pieces of the world that was. Wouldn't you like to visit the world that is to come? Sure, why not? The interest of homicide has always been symbolic. Real death has no consequence, and in fact is rather kitsch. Haha. What matters is the new world we can glimpse in this idea. What is the utopia of murder? I hate this. Yeah, it's been completely removed from consequence and substance. It is just the sun and the moon, knives, ropes, buildings, clouds, still streets and the dark blue fields, a trembling and horrible suspense that envelops all things, changing them completely while leaving them unchanged. The new world will need laws and art. We can teach them to be the hand that guides the knife, the hands of the killer. Did you know I saw him once? It was a night like this. I knew my life would have to change. The most beautiful feeling I know is being able to see history unfolding, seeing yourself at the crest of the wave. A new world emerges from the coffin of the old. I have seen the world spirit splitting upon a head. This is intense. Where are you? My eyesight is quite bad these days, haha. I haven't moved like this for quite a while. None of us tend to leave campus these days. You know how it is. As you think and think, the thickets grow denser. I can still hear the flat, droning voice behind me, but these corridors seem quieter, more familiar. I could swear I once found a lost cache of troll dolls inside one of these rooms. The door is locked, but looks more maintenance-y than others. A sticker on the door says, "Unseal with hallway access panel." Am I near the location of the long-lost air conditioner controls? Oh my god! There's a lever on this, so it's probably the thing that opens the door. I'm getting sick and tired of being chased by murderers all night, and I'm not going to look... whatever. Who's there? Ah, it's you! My goodness, the years have hardly altered you at all! Mr. Killer, I know you get this a lot, but I'm a huge fan of your work. I would truly like to see it get the critical attention it deserves. Have you ever considered co-authoring a paper? This is the media in relation to fucking Donald Trump, Elon Musk, every fucking CEO. This is the vibe. This person who's about to get murdered here is the fucking fourth branch of the government, the media. What is the utopia of murder? So wise, yeah, exactly. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we gotta run away from the killer. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Ah! We fall? BB's report, epilogue. After finding my way inside the vent, I was able to get back to the apartment without any further incident. Although all night long strange noises echoed through the pipes. The next morning, we totaled up the day's haul. Result, assorted pogs and a pamphlet that must have been placed in my pocket somehow. I thought the pamphlet might have been worth something, but Zizi says there are copies lying around inside the bus station for free. Press escape to close the report. Incredible. I love this. Also feels like a partial jab at people obsessed with serial killers. Yeah, well, because the main character's obsessed with true crime too, right? But if you take that to its extreme, if you make that your whole personality, you become one of these, crazy killer worshiper people. I love that. Gnarly should not have a G. English is a crime. I think gnarly has a G because of the way it used to be pronounced in Old English. Gnarly etymology. Also, we're going to end the stream here in a second. From gnarl. Gnarled. Interesting. So where did gnarled come from? Gnarled. Yeah, knobby, rough. Okay, we got that. Ah, it's the K to G transition that happened in English. No, stop it. It used to be spelled with a K. If I remember right, that's a, yeah, because it says early 17th century. If I remember right, that's a moving type thing. they started using G instead of K for a lot of words that started with K in. I'd have to look at that. Don't trust me on that. That could be an apocryphal explanation. Trying not to get murdered for a few pieces of scrap. Souffle like American to me. Yeah, it does. It sure does souffle like an American. Okay, that's where we're going to end this experience of Anthology of the Killer. We're going to do a part 2 soon because I want to play through all of these. I didn't realize they were going to take this long. But yeah, thank you for helping me get past the 200 follower curse. Hopefully. Let's see. I should be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. I'm hoping to stream tomorrow morning. So that's the plan. If I don't stream tomorrow morning, I'm likely to stream Thursday afternoon. And if I don't do either of those things, then I'll see you next Monday. The plan throughout February, though, is streaming twice a week. And so far, we've done that. So let's hope we can keep it up. Give it K back. That makes more sense. Bro, what the fuck is autocorrect? I'm telling you, autocorrect is the patriarchy. Autocorrect is the capitalistic, conservative Christian menace at your back. Autocorrect is hegemony. And we should all turn it off in solidarity, honestly. That's what I think. Okay, that's going to be it for this one. I will see you all in the next one. Until then, actually, should we see if somebody else is streaming? Huh? I haven't rated anybody in ages. Do we want to? I don't think anybody I'm following is streaming right now. Is Black Cat live? Oh, Black Cat just went live. Should we raid Black Cat? Let's do that. Huh? Oh my god. Fucking stop giving me notifications. Let's raid Black Cat. I don't have a raid message. Just tell Black Cat I said hi. It is off, I thought. Oh, autocorrect. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Who knows? It says yeah, they should be live for a little bit. Maybe? Or they just ended? Their uptime is 9 minutes. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go raid them. Okay, I love you all. I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye. Let's start that raid. We're ready to raid. We're ready to raid. We're ready to raid. We're ready to go.